Sweaters can be one of the best items to sell for big money, but you don't want to get stuck with bulky sweaters that take up a lot of room and that don't sell. So in this video, I'm going to be going through 22 of the fastest selling brands and styles of sweaters to be on the lookout for. Hey there, my name is Lee Meyer. I'm the founder of Listing to Freedom and the empoweredreseller.com, and I'm on a mission to help 1,000 resellers make $100,000 in the next 12 months. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Lee Meyer, and I've made well over $100,000 flipping used clothes and other items on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And now I'm on a mission to help at least 1,000 other resellers be able to hit that $100,000 mark for yourself. To help you out, I've got some free gifts that you'll find down here in the description below this video, including my best-selling brands list. This is the list of brands that has led me to that $100,000 mark and beyond. You're also going to want to get in on my free $100,000 reseller challenge. In this free challenge, I give you everything you need to be able to get on the path to making $100,000 for yourself in your spare time, and to do it in the next 12 months. Yes, that's right, this year. In the challenge, I show you the #1 thing that is holding most resellers back from seeing more money in their business. I also show you the best things to be selling right now, as well as the one simple shift to make that's going to skyrocket your income so you can make way more money in way less time. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so everything that I'm gonna be sharing with you today is in pre-owned condition, and I do not have any price filters on. So the prices that you're seeing is what these are actually selling for. And the first brand that I've got for you is a brand that's called Storybook Knits, and this is from the Home Shopping Network, and they have a lot of really unique designs. We got a cat sweater there. That one sold for $120. The pricing of these are really going to depend on the designs of these items. You're seeing prices all over the place. Here's one for $70. It looks like it's got martinis on it. I got a Christmas one here. That one went for $40. But with these, I would suggest pricing high, and the right person is going to come along. If you see any lower prices, that was a mistake on the seller's part. This is what that Storybook Knits tag looks for, and it says exclusively for the Home Shopping Network on it. This is selling for right around the 25% sell-through rate, and that's going to depend on where you do your research, and everything that I'm going to be sharing with you I actually did through eBay's research tool. So that is Storybook Knits. Next is a brand that's called Peruvian Connections, and they started out as a sweater brand. They do make other items now, but that has been their main ticket to fame. The other items do sell well, but for this video, I specifically pulled up the sweaters here for you. And Peruvian Connections, the sell-through rate on these are about 25%. Got a sweater here. This one's a really kind of pretty pattern, brightly colored pattern. That one went for $145. Again, those designs really do matter. We got another sweater there. That one went for $120. Another $295 one there. And again, it's really going to depend on that style. So those brightly colored, that one went for $115 there. And then I've got a tag picture here for you so you can see what that looks like. There's a couple different variations on the tags, but there will be a llama there. And most of their items are made out with alpaca. So you'll see that in the material content. Next is a vintage brand called Tiara International. And this one has a sell-through rate right around 20 to 25%. But that's, again, going to depend on the style of the item and how sought after that is. And again, I would go on the higher side when you're pricing these items when you come across this. But this is one of the more common clothing vintage sweaters to be selling when it comes to kind of ugly Christmas sweaters or holiday sweaters. They do make other, for other holidays. For example, here is a vest here. That one went for $23. That was for Halloween, but it is going to depend. Here's a sweater there. That one went for $30. They do have a lot of embellishments on them, or they can have a lot of embellishments such as sequins, pom-poms, that sort of thing. And they're really pretty well made compared to today's ugly sweaters. That's why the demand for these is on the higher side. And then this is that tag there. That's what Tiara International looks like if you haven't seen that one before. Next, I've got more of a mainstream brand. This one's called Alex Mill, and they do make, other items, but we're looking again specifically at their sweaters. We got a merino wool one here. This one sold sold for, let me see if I can zoom in on that one. That one sold for $90. That's also a cable knit. Have a cardigan there. That one sold for $100. A striped cardigan there. That one went for $80. So some pretty good prices on these. And this is one of the faster selling brands out there. This one sells for around a 30% sell through rate on these. And then that is what that tag looks like there for you. Next, I had to throw in cable knit sweaters as one of the items. I realize it's not a brand, but anytime you get cable knit sweaters, whatever brand that is, that can be a really good keyword to put in your item. And it's something that people are definitely on the lookout for. And so doing this research, searching for cable knit sweaters using eBay's research tool, actually came back for used condition sweaters with a sell-through rate around 20%. Of course, there's going to be brands in here that are represented that we're going to be talking about, but this is just in general across all of the different brands. We got a LL Bean there. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that. We got a J Crew one that I did not include on the list, but that one went for $25. Again, a pretty good sell-through rate win just from including that keyword cable knit. And then next, I've got a brand that's called Scotch and Soda. This one has a sell-through rate around 30 to 40%. Scotch and Soda, they have a lot of different styles that are selling when it comes to sweaters. We got a striped one here, got one with stars on it, got an animal print one there. Some decent prices on these and pretty good considering that sell-through rate is on the higher end. This is what their tag looks like. It'll look like something like that, Scotch and Soda, and then it is from Amsterdam. Next is baby doll sweaters from the Y2K era. Again, I realize this isn't a brand, but I had to include it because there is some really big money in these. Now, it's going to depend on the brand that you're seeing. For example, the ones here for $15, those are more, no-name brands. But if you get some of these other brands, by the way, I do have a brand list specifically for Y2K, a brand video, I should say. I'm going to link to up here. So a good example of this right here, we got an Abercrombie baby doll sweater. And this, you can see it's tight just below the bust and then it flares out. That's what a baby doll is. That one went for $120. Got another one here from Hollister. That one went for $55. So just putting in that keyword of Y2K baby doll sweaters, that came back with a 20% sell-through rate across all brands. Next is the Smart Wool brand. This is a washable wool brand, and they do make lots of different items other than just sweaters, but their sell-through rate for sweaters run right around 40 to 50%. These are highly in demand, and the prices on these are pretty good. So this sweater there, that little crew neck zip up for men, that one went for $40. Got another one of those half zip, that one went for $48. Got a $35 sweater half zip there. And then let me go ahead and show you what that tag looks like if you haven't seen that before. So it's a little bit hard to read, and I do find a lot of resellers miss this one because it has this kind of light colored font and that script writing. And it does have this little man, if you can kind of make this out, and it has some lines over his head like he's smart. They do put that on the outside of a lot of their items, not necessarily in metal like this one, but this one is in metal. So if you do see that on the outside, that can be a really good way to spot those smart wool items. Next is cashmere sweaters. Again, not a brand, but I had to include this because the demand for cashmere sweaters across the board, across all brands, runs right around 30% for the sell-through rate. So if you come across any cashmere sweaters, no matter the brand, if you can pick them up cheaply enough, even if it's a no-name brand, it's probably worth your time. Again, the price that you get is going to depend on what brand it is. I see a Charter Club here. That one went for $25. J Crew one for $35. Of course, St. John, that's another really good brand there. But some good items when you find cashmere. Here's a Uniqlo. That one went for $26 there. Next is a brand that's by the name of Kooky. And this is a brand that's best known for their colorful knit sweaters. And they're very textured, thick, kind of a 3D look to them. That's a sweater vest. That one went for $67. Got another one here, $325. There can be a lot of money in this brand. This one here went went for $240. And again, it's going to depend on the style of that. There's a blue one there. That one went for $300. And then let me go ahead and show you some items like this. I do see people spamming, putting Coogie in the title or listing it as Coogie when it's not. This is one, it's a brand showing here says Roundtree and York, which is a brand that I've never heard of, but this one sold for $75 just because it has that Coogie look, and they included that in the title. Next, this is the Coogie label right there for you. And this does have a sell-through rate right around 20%. This is a made in Australia brand, so you will see that on the tags. If you're enjoying this video, then you're going to want to check out my complete Big Money Brands library. In the library, I give you over 750 brands, nearly 800 brands to source and sell for big money, including done for you research of average sale price, sell-through rate. You even get all of the tag photos so you know exactly what to look for, and so you can get a leg up on your competition. And it's how people like Lisa are able to grow their profit margins and be able to know exactly what brands to be able to source that will actually hold their value and help make them more money. Next, I've got a brand called Psycho Bunny. Again, they make lots of different items. This is specifically for men's items, and they do make button-up shirts and that sort of thing. But again, we're looking specifically at sweaters. Got a sweater here. That one sold for $40. A lot of items selling for right around that $40 mark. Another one there. It's kind of a bunny with a cross skulls. That's their logo. Got one there that went for $50. Here's an interesting one. This was a alpaca merino wool blend. It looks like zip up. That one went for $150. And then let me go ahead and show you what the tag looks like on Psycho Bunny. Again, it does have that bunny with that cross or the bones underneath it, and there is that British flag there. Next is Ralph Lauren, and I've got a couple different types of items specifically for Ralph Lauren. So I didn't pull up everything across this brand. By the way, Psycho Bunny does have a sell-through rate right around 40%. These Ralph Lauren sweaters that I'm showing you have a sell-through rate right around 25%. And these are for specifically their bear sweaters. So there's an example there. It's got that bear on the front. That one went for $268. We got a bear here. It looks like he's on skis. That one went for $119. Have another really interesting one here with this stripe behind it. You can kind of make out the bear there in the middle. That one went for $299. I'm seeing another one here for $375. So if you come across these are really good money. And then the other type of Ralph Lauren sweater to be on the lookout for is if it has a flag on it, specifically knit into the sweater. So this one, a good example here, that one went for $170. And got another one here. This one went for $120 there. Got one there for $95. So again, some pretty good money even with those flag sweaters. And then it's not any specific special tag you're looking for. You've probably seen this tag a lot. This is what is on those sweaters. So Polo by Ralph Lauren is what most of those will say. Next is a brand that is called Relwyn. This has a sell-through rate right around 40%, and they do make items for men, and these sell, pretty fast. And the sweaters are selling for really good money. So that sweater there with that shawl neck collar, that one went for $149. Got a mock neck snap. It looks like snap or button. That one went for $90. Got another half zip or quarter zip over there. That one went for $115. And then let me go ahead and show you what the tag looks like on this. And so this does have that sparrow stitched onto that tag. These are all super thick. You can kind of make it out here. All of their items they make are super high quality, super thick, super heavy, really well made items. And then next is Eddie Bauer, specifically their vintage sweaters. And the vintage sweaters are selling right around 20%. By the way, if you're enjoying learning about vintage items to be selling, you're going to want to check out my vintage clothing guide. In the guide, I give you over 100 brands. It was freshly updated, over 100 brands and items to be sourcing in one of the most lucrative niches out there. And I show you exactly how to find those items, how to best get the most money for them, what exactly you're looking for. All right, so I've got for vintage Eddie Bauer. I'm seeing a polo Ralph Lauren pull up there. That's not right. It is going to depend on the style of that sweater. I got actually kind of interesting one there. That one went for $26, $25. I got one here. That one one went for $50 there for that. Do see it has cable knit on that. Another one here that's kind of interesting. That one went for $25. And if you come across ones that are made of lamb's wool or merino wool or any sort of special material like that, of course, those are going to sell for a little bit more. Got an interesting one here, $60, and it has those elbow patches. I do find those elbow patches do really well. And the across vintage Eddie Bauer items, specifically the sweaters, the sell-through rate's right around 20%. And there's that tag there for you. Next, I've got Erin Crafts. And this is a Irish brand, and they do make cable knit sweaters for both men and women. And the prices on these are really good, and the sell-through rate is really high. This is actually right around 50% for their sweaters. Good example here is this sweater. That one went for $75. That does look like a zip up. Got another turtleneck there. That one went for $54. Another cardigan there. That one went for $59, almost $60. So some good prices with these. These are definitely bulky. There's one that went for $50, but they are fast sellers, so it can be worth your time to be able to get that and turn around and sell it pretty quickly. And then there is what that Erin Crafts tag looks like, and it says Ireland underneath, and it'll always say 100% merino wool made in Ireland there on the tag. Next is Dale of Norway. And this is a really popular sweater brand for both men and women. The sell-through rate's right around 40%, and these can sell for into the hundreds of dollars. Got one there that sold for $179. And again, it's going to depend on the style of it. They do also make some special things such as for the Olympics, and those can sell for quite a bit as well. So this sweater here, that one went for $190, $125 for that one there, but really good demand with this. And there's another one there that went for $129. And then let me go ahead and show you what these tags look like. This is just one example. There are a few different styles of tags out there, but it will say Dale of Norway on it. And then next is alpaca sweaters. So I did have to include this because this is another one, just like cashmere, that can be a really good thing to get. Even if you pick up a random brand and it happens to be made with alpaca or alpaca blend, doing the research comes back with a 20% sell-through rate across all brands for the term alpaca sweater. Again, you're going to get more money depending on the brand, but even brands that are maybe not necessarily a great brand to be selling can sell for a little bit more, given that it's made with this particular fiber. Next is LL Bean sweaters. And so I got some pretty good items in here. Got this kind of rainbow stripe one. That one went for $80. For LL Bean, this is around a 25% sell-through rate for these sweaters, and some decent prices with these. The bigger sizes that you get, they're going to sell for a little bit more. Got a vintage sweater there. That one went for $110. Got another, let's see, that's that's just a quarters of, that one went for $40. Here's another vintage one. That one went for $95. So the vintage can sell for quite a bit. And then the tag on LL Bean, it'll look something like that. Next is Pendleton, and this is one of my probably favorite all-around brands. And these can, again, sell for a lot of money, and the sell-through rate on these is around 20 to 25%. Got a vintage sweater here. That one went for $150. What else do we've got? What else do we have? Just even basic. So this one went for $38, a kind of a red check, $38 for that. We've got one down here. This is pretty interesting. Looks like a football knit there into the sweater, a football field with players on it. That one went for $168. This is a really good example of the Aztec kind of Navajo Native American style that Pendleton is known for in a lot of their items. This one did go for $499.99, $500 for that sweater there. And then if you haven't seen the Pendleton tag, it'll look something like that. That's a little bit newer tag. The older tags have a little bit more yellow to the font, to the words. Next is a brand that's called Icelandic Designs, and this one has a sell-through rate right around 30%. And with these items, they do have that Fair Isle Nordic pattern to them. Here's a good example of that around the collar. That sweater there sold for $40. Got a sweater here. This one went for $50. It has those snowflakes on it. I also see it has some flowers, which is kind of interesting. So that one went for $50. Again, it's going to really depend on the style of that item. Here's a sweater here. This kind of has a mandarin collar with some toggle buttons on it. That one went for $50. And then let me go ahead and show you what that tag looks like. So there's that Icelandic Designs tag right there. Next is a brand called Carrick-Dawn. This is another Irish brand known for their cable knit sweaters. So you got example here. This looks like a zip up. That one went for $85. Got another one there, went for $49. Got a sweater here. I'm not sure if that's actually brand. I did not filter down to the brand. This is definitely Carrick-Dawn. That one went for $45 for that sweater there. Got another one there, cardigan. That one went for $59. So some decent money with this brand, and it does have a sell-through rate right around 40%. Got another one there for women. That one went for $60. And then let me go ahead and show you what that tag looks like. So definitely Celtic design here, and then Carrick-Dawn made in Ireland, and they will say 100% pure new wool on them. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Make sure you grab that free $100,000 reseller challenge so you can get yourself on the path to $100,000 this year for yourself. I'll catch you in the next video soon.